Right, welcome back. Oil service on this upside down fork, and forks here are getting done as well. You're going to need a few tools for this. This, that, and an oil level gauge. So this is your spring compressor. It's near impossible without that, a rod puller. And when you're compressing your spring, you press that under the rod so it keeps hold of it, so you can put the top nut on. But you'll see what I mean in a second. Right. Take your 32mm span, loosen the top of that. Sometime today. There we go. Move all your other crap out the way. And then you want to get just a little oil bin and dump all that oil out. Well, most of it anyway. Makes the next part a little bit easier. And you want to get this over the top like that, so you can see two little holes there. Stick it in and just tighten that up. Ideally, you want two people on this because it's a little bit hard on your own. Basically, you want to push that down. Yeah, as I said, a little bit hard on your own. Use your leg. Push that down and stick that up. And then you've got a little nut. Oh, sugar. Got a little nut there that you just want to get this on. If this little plastic bit would stop moving about. Boom. That's your rod on the inside, and it's hollow, so it's got a load of oil going through it. So do empty the oil out first, otherwise you will get oil everywhere. 17mm span and a 14mm spanner either side, and just crack that right off. Put that somewhere where you don't lose it. Right. And again, with your leg, push that down, take that out, and now the rod should just disappear into that little hole. You can leave this attached if you want, because this will just pull straight out. Get your oil pan back and take the spring out. And as you can see, all the oil's coming out. The thing is, you want to pull this rod back and forth, otherwise you won't get everything. See? once you feel you've got everything out, lift here, and if you can see, you've got a little dust cap just there. You wanna just ease that out if you can with a screwdriver, and that's one seal. And then I don't know if you can see it, just on the inside there you see a little clip. See if I can think of that a bit better for you. But yeah, just there is a little clip, a retainer clip. You want to get a smaller screwdriver than what you have now and just pop that out. One mastodon. That's one, that's two. And on the inside of that, don't know if you can see, just up there is the oil seal. So you want to get them out, get your fork, and literally just hit it. And there we go. Fork tube on your stanchion. This is your dust seal. That's your retainer clip. Oil seal. Then you've got a little washer on the top, and then these two copper bushings. If you are going this far, you might as well replace these, but you just want to inspect them and you want to make sure the Teflon has not been worn through, because not going to lie to you, if you went all this way and the Teflon is all worn through here and showing copper, you're going to need new bushings, and that's just going to take more time. So it's one of those while you're in there sort of jobs. So screwdriver in a little slot and just pry it up like that. Second one will just lift off. Same with your washer. And because we're getting rid of this one, it doesn't really matter. When you're looking at ZXR parts, you've got a wide variety of places you can go, but Pyramid was my choice. So I've got a brand new dust seal there. Brand new, well, I forgot what it's called, but I believe it's just the oil seal. And you'll see it's kind of deep on one side and shallow on the other. The one with the spring faces downwards towards the ground. Put them to one side. And then on the other box, I've already done one leg, otherwise I would have been a bit goosed. Little bit of grease and me two new Teflon parts. Right, it is fair to say that in these little boxes you do get, it's like a little plastic, basically a little plastic stick, and what that helps is the O-rings not getting nicked on the way down. But what you can do instead, if you've got any, which you probably will, because you've just got these bits of plastic everywhere. So I thought that was it in there then. Little plastic bag. Little plastic bag. Stick it over the top. Just get a little bit of red rubber grease. Stick that so it just slides over. same for the inside of your bush. Dust seal goes on first. Slide it on like that. Make sure it doesn't get nicked on nothing. Bit WD-40 on the stanchion leg. So it slides down nice. Next, the clip. And then, wherever I put that one. Remember, deep groove facing upwards. Straight down. And then your little ring on top. Little bit of grease. Right in there. And then just slightly pull it. Boom. Not gonna lie, I should have done the bigger one before I done the little one. And job's a good one. You're pretty much all set at this point. All you've got to do now, stick the tube over the top, and then you will need a seal, oil seal thingy-me-bob to whack it in. Right, stick that right up. You do just want to not too much. Wipe off any excess if I can. Now you don't have to use an oil seal driver. If you want, you can just use a bit of PVC pipe. So you've got your oil seal driver whacked in, and then you need to get this little piece in. So each 3 of these has a little bump stop, so once you hit that, you don't really go no further with it. Simply wrap it round. Yeah, I've got these little things like, but I think they're useless. Right. Simply hold it in the air and start giving it a good smack. Right, now that we've got that done with, I hate these with a passion, because if it doesn't go in first go, you're just hitting your hand on metal for ages, and that actually got quite on my nerves. But we finally got it in, and we've got the retainer clip in as well. So all we need to do, stick the new oil seal in. Not the oil seal, this one here is the dust. Right, now that you've got that on, make sure the stanchion on the bottom is nice and clean. because what you're going to need to do is get some. This one uses 5 weight, but you get some of your fork oil and you just pour all your oil in. And where's my little tool? Yes. Definitely need one of these, otherwise it makes it quite a bit harder. Get your stuff done. And just pump and just leave that to sit for a little while. So the manual says 85 mil off the top, but that's with a fully compressed spring. Let's take a little spring, give it a little wipe before you whack it in. And wait 5 minutes, or so it says. Right, now that we've waited 5 minutes, we get our little tool out. Stick that in. So with this one, it's 85 mil from the fully compressed fork on the outer side. Let me just get rid of some of that. Right. All you want to do is just pull it until you can't pull no more. And now that is at the correct level. Lovely. Get a little tool in. And also the little weights, not the little weights, the little washers. And as you've seen before, use your leg. Put a bit of weight on it. Hold it if you can. Whee! And Bob's your uncle. Now that that's held in place, take your little tool off, screw the top back on, get your 17, stick it on the bottom, and then get your 14 on bottom, 17 on top. And then give that a good little tighten. Oh. Give that a little wipe. A little bit of crap on it. Seem good. Leg on. Sit. And then as this goes down, you just want to try and get the washers and everything all lined up. Oh, got my glove. Once you got that in, you can now take your spring compressor off. And lift that up to the top. Get your big one. And just tighten that up. Now it's good when you're doing all this up to remember where your compression and rebound was. And if I remember correctly, screw all that in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then that's 6 off the top as well. And that one is a 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was actually already on it. And that is your fork, nice and serviced. Give it a little press down. Is how you do fork seal and fork service. Well, oil seals, dust seals, and a fork oil service is what I meant to say. If you like this episode, feel free to like and subscribe, and join me on the next one.